Hi, John Michael Bliss for Grow, Love, and Expand coming at you once again. Um, I decided to do some more videos, and basically, what I'm going to do here is just kind of relay information. Uh, I do a lot of readings. I do a lot of life coaching to a lot of people every day. I do it at work. I do it for my clients, and the one thing that just recently I did was somebody was thinking about doing something. They had sort of this gift, and then it was like, well, what good is that gift if like you're not sharing it with others? It's like there comes a point in your life where I think you've gathered up a lot of knowledge, and then sometimes you're wondering, what do you do with this knowledge? How do you proceed? How do you go forward? And quite honestly, sometimes I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you do it, but there's a need to want to give back. There's a need to want to just give information, right? You see a different way of living. You see a different way of being, and you see what is, and then you see what the reality is, and you want to just kind of relay information to people. I'm not here to convince people. I'm not here to change people's minds. I'm not here to do anything. I'm here to just provide an alternative viewpoint. I'm here to give a different perspective on things. Okay, Grow, Love, and Expand is a community about people. It's about expanding our minds, expanding our consciousness. It's about taking us places where maybe we haven't gone before. And I assure you that I will take you places that you never even thought possible. If you have the courage to come with me on this journey, if you have the courage to just listen open-mindedly, uh, I think you might find some things very interesting. And then, all of us together can learn from each other. Um, this thing we call life is actually very simple, but we make it very complicated. We come into this world and we think we have to do certain things and be a certain way. And quite frankly, most of everything that you've been told your entire life has been an absolute complete lie. And I hate to be the one to tell you that, but that's pretty much absolutely the truth. Everything that you think, taste, touch, and feel has been kind of much a lie. You've been led down a path that really has not been the reality for a very long time. The information has been controlled, been manipulated, and been withheld from you. It's just really that simple. And so I love the people, and I'm here to like just open some eyes a bit. That's all. It's kind of like the Matrix. It's like when he makes that phone call at the end of the movie. I know what you've been doing. I know who you are. Now we've given them an ultimatum. We've given them they have to change. They have to. Their time is up. Okay. I don't know if you've noticed, but the world's a little chaotic, or seems a little chaotic. It's really not. What it is the powers that be have controlled our society, have controlled what we've ate, have controlled what we thought, have controlled so many aspects: medicine, education, the political system, the monetary system. They've controlled so much for so very long. But the reality is that there comes a point in everybody's life and everybody's human existence that we need to change. There's no longer that the status quo. And I always love people that say, well, what are you going to do? Well, what do you mean? What are you going to do? Doing nothing isn't the answer. So, what good is having this knowledge? Or what good is like just, talking to my close friends? And I don't know how to get the information out there. So I decided to just start making videos. And I'm just going to start posting content. Um, I'm going to do probably all kinds of different stuff. I thought maybe I should do workout videos. I should do this. I should do that. You know what? I'm best when I just talk. And so I'm going to talk. I'll probably throw in some workout videos too. But I'm just going to give you some different perspectives, some different insights on really kind of what's going on here in the world. The world is not what you see. It is not what it seems at all, and quite frankly, honestly, it's not altogether your fault. You've been lied to about our economic system. You've been lied to about our energy. You've been lied to about our medical industry. You've been lied to about our education. Quite frankly, you've been lied to by so much that the choices, decisions you make, and the decisions you make or have made are really based on a system that is not accurate. And so, how are you supposed to make an accurate decision if you don't know all the answers? And I love all these people that say, well, we live in a free will society. No, we don't. There's nothing free will about it because you haven't been given all the information. The only free will, I have this argument with the council all the time, and that's why, we've won. We've got them to realize our side, and we've given the powers that be an ultimatum. They have to change or they're not going to be in power. It's just as simply as that. And we have to start disclosure. We're going to start disclosing information. And I'm sorry for those that it's going to disrupt their consciousness. It's going to disrupt their way of life because it will. I mean, when you realize certain things about life that have not, energy, for instance, we've had the ability to have free energy for a very, very long time. The powers that be have known that, but they can't make money off it. So the economic structure of free energy doesn't exist. There's a guy out there, Nikola Tesla. He actually created free energy, and there's many others who have as well. But it's a very dangerous world we live in, right? But that no longer is going to exist because we cannot continue the way we are. The experiment, if you will, needs to change. The experiment, if you will, is over. Because how can we just continue to keep doing the same cycle over and over and over and over and over, right? I mean, it's just, eventually you have to say it's not working. Look, you can't breathe the air, can't eat the food, can't drink the water. I mean, what's left? How are you supposed to survive if the ingredients to life aren't there, right? I mean, water's polluted, food's polluted, air's polluted. Everything we're doing is polluted. And you don't know any better because no one's ever told you anything. No one's ever, brought this to your attention. And, we just go about our lives living every single day thinking that this is the way it is. And it's not. It's the way you've been taught to believe it is. But quite frankly, it's just incorrect. 100% incorrect. Okay? Medicine, food, a lot. Let's face it. They've demonized fat. Fat is not your enemy. It never has been your enemy, right? We have to start teaching ourselves how to rethink, how to restructure our mind, how to go a different place. That's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get information out there to people just so you can see the world isn't as bad as it seems, and we're actually taking it in a direction that's for your best and highest good, even though you don't know it. I always tell people, I know it's very difficult. I'm going to challenge your thought process. I tell my clients, I'm going to take you places you never thought. It's like a personal trainer going, give me one more, give me one more. We're going to go one more. We're going to go places that you never thought you could go. I'm going to challenge your thought process. I'm going to challenge your belief system. Cognitive dissonance. You think, oh my God, there's no way that could be. There's just no way. I know it's difficult. And this is going to be difficult for some people. It's going to be very difficult for some people because I know it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling to believe that individuals have manipulated our society and manipulated our economic structure throughout all humanity. This isn't just now. And this isn't just like, Afghanistan, Iraq, United States of America, Russia, China. They've controlled all areas of our reality. And a lot of it, quite frankly, has to do with energy. The economic structure of our society is built on black gold, oil. So how do you take them out? Fine. It's interesting, right? You attack. We're going to change the structure of our lives. We're going to change it in a way that's palatable for everybody, that doesn't really freak most people out, okay? That's what we're going to do. And you're going to wonder, well, how can you do that? How can you honestly change the fraction or the thought process of our society? Well, it's quite simple. The task is daunting. But when you really boil it down, there's several factors that have to be at play here, okay? We have to use the same techniques that have put you in the place that you are today, that have you thinking the way you do, and change your thought process to open you up to something different. To have your mind think, okay, whoa, wait a second, there is something different. But how do I get you to go there without you knowing you're really going there, even though it's for your best and highest good? Yeah, we have to trick you. We do. And it's unfortunate, but that's the only way, because sometimes when we tell people to turn right, guess what? They don't turn right, even though it's for their best and highest good. It's a fascinating world. Fascinating world. I'm telling you, there's peace and love in the air, always has been, always will be. It never has gone away, not one day. But we've been sort of led down a path of untruths, okay? By people who have manipulated and controlled our society for a very long time. And I know it sounds very conspiracial and, very conspiracy and all that. And people, oh, you're a nutbag. Here goes another guy, conspiracy theory. No, it's just a simple reality. Okay? The system is set up to fail. It just is. They want to control and manipulate and keep you under their thumb. That's why we have to work strategically to remove ourselves from that system. And how do we do that? Simple. We change the structure of how you think. We change the structure of what you know to be true, and we rearrange it. Okay. Um, People ask me, how can you make a dent? And the simple reality is I don't have to make a dent. What we have to do is we have to just gain a majority of the population. Simple. So we have to work within the parameters of choice. So we go to council and we tell them this idea, okay? And then we have extraterrestrials. That's another thing. You're going to go, what? Come on, there can't be. Well, there is, and it's been withheld from you. Cures for diseases have been withheld from you. Different ways of learning have been withheld from you. Have you ever thought that maybe you should be doing something else? You didn't quite know what that was? Well, maybe that's an inner feeling that maybe you're not on your correct path. Has some things been chaotic in your life? Have things not been working out for you? Well, usually when that happens, it's because maybe we're not in the alliance with self, or we don't understand self, or also there's another factor at play is we think so little of ourselves that we deny ourselves the realities that could exist for us. Well, I'm here to change that. I'm here to help. And there's a lot of us out there doing this. You know, I'm here to help, and we are here to help to look at life differently, okay? To take ourselves in a different direction so that we can open our eyes and the horizon and make a choice, make a decision for ourselves, okay? If I give you the choice, or we give you the choice, okay, of a good apple and a rotten apple, how many people are going to choose the good apple? Quite a lot. How many? They're still going to some choose the rotten apple because it's what they're used to. I mean, it's easy to feel crappy. It's easy to feel like, negative and just shit, right? That's easy. It's easy to feel shitty, right? It's hard to feel good, especially in a chaotic world. But we have to restructure our thought process, because the more positive thoughts you're running through your head, okay, the better you're going to be. And the further and farther away those negative thoughts are going to go. Okay? Why do you think all the drama, half these movies suck? These movies suck. These dramas that get all the awards, they absolutely suck. Half of them, they just suck. How hard is it to feel bad? How hard is it? Oh my God, I'm a great actor. I'm acting drama. Really? Try being happy. Try being happy. The ones that should get the awards are the comedies, because comedic timing is huge. Try being happy. That's living a positive perspective. That's the hard part. Living like crap, that's easy. Anybody can do that. Anybody can feel crappy. Anybody can feel down, right? It's harder to feel happy, and it's harder to be pleasurable about life. But I assure you, the more you do it, the further and farther those negative thoughts are going to be. Yeah, and it's going to be challenging. It's going to be difficult. It's like dieting. It sucks. It's like I want six-pack abs. Well, they don't come by themselves. You got to work at them. Another crunch, or whatever. Diet, exercise. That sucks, right? But when you're done, you feel better, right? And then the more you do it, your body starts to crave it. Your body starts saying, well, I want this. I don't want that. Right? That's what we're here to show you. We're going to show you a different way of looking at life. We're going to show you a different way of being, of understanding. There's going to be more videos to come. There's going to be a lot more content to come. We're going to get into how we plan on and how we have been changing the structure of society. We're going to show you things and get you to understand certain ways. You're going to go, wow, makes sense. And I'm not here to change your mind. We're not here to, make decisions. Look, don't ask yourself. Always ask yourself, does this guy make sense? Does this guy make sense? Okay? Ask, who am I? What am I? Okay? Long time ago, I had a situation that occurred to me. My grandfather was dying in a hospital. Okay? He had cancer. This was the greatest gift I ever had in my entire life, because that moment changed me forever. And I didn't know God from nothing. I was raised Catholic. I didn't know anything from nothing, okay? I took his hand, right, as he was dying. I told him I loved him, And he told me, he just kind of looked at me, couldn't really talk, but he was dying. It's simple as that. Doctors came in, or do not resuscitate papers. My grandmother had to sign those. What do you do? He's gonna die. So, and I knew he was in pain. So I took his hand and I prayed to God. I said, God, please, take him now. All right. And guess what? He looked up at me and died. He took a couple of breaths, and because I said, God, he's suffering. Please just take him now. Took a couple of breaths like that, and he died. And that in itself, you think that's pretty powerful, right? It's pretty powerful, and it was. It was very powerful. But there was something even more powerful. As I looked down at my grandfather, and guess what? That wasn't him. I don't know who was lying in that bed. I don't know what body that was lying in that bed, but that was not him. And at that moment, I had about 80 billion questions going through my mind. Where did he go? What happened here? Because it was so obvious, okay? That was not him. Now, I don't know what occurred in that moment of that prayer to him dying, that where I'm looking at a frame of a body without a soul, okay? And I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going on here. And I'm seeing everybody around me just yapping and talking about, and well, what did he say? Because it was really only me in the room, and I believe my mother was sitting in the corner. That was it. And all they were, what did he do? Did he do anything? Did he say? I'm like, yeah, none of those thoughts were going through my head. I mean, I just was only going, what just happened here? Who's God? What's God? Who am I? What am I? What is going on here? That was back in 87, I believe, or somewhere in that time. We're 2016 today. So this journey's been long for me. Long. I don't know what's going on here. And so I had to find out. I had to find answers. Okay. Soon thereafter, a movie came out on TV. It was actually another gift. It was a guide of mine that she doesn't know she's a guide to me, but was a guide to me at that time. Her name is Shirley MacLaine. Shirley MacLaine came out with a movie called Out on a Limb. Okay. This dealt with past lives. This dealt with other types of energy. And I'm going, okay, what is this whole thing all about? There's something more to life here than I was told. There was something more to life than I was led to believe. Okay. This is really tripping me out here. I need to find answers. I have to find answers. It wasn't like, a fading thought. This was something that I couldn't avoid. I could not avoid. I had to find answers, and I had to find them now. I assume then, I quit my job. Here's the thing. I was married at the time. Right? Wow. Not the greatest thing ever to have happen when you're married. Okay? Because nothing, and I mean nothing, is as important as that question, who am I? And finding out what life truly is all about. I could not do anything but find answers, and I had to. I had to go in a different direction, and what I was doing was not making sense. And I've always felt I was different since I was a little kid. I never knew what that was. I thought, man, I'm going to be a Major League Baseball player. I'm going to pitch on the mound. I can be president of the United States, but I didn't really care about any of that stuff. I don't know what it was, but there was something different about me since I was a kid, and I never could figure it out. I never knew what that was. Man, I was putting my feet behind my head and doing handstands as a kid. Those are yoga poses, right? That's what I do today. I ended up later on in my life owning a yoga studio. Imagine if I would have known that back then. Imagine if I had answers about who I am back then. Our society's not built that way. Our society's not set up that way. They don't know what to do with people like me. And there's a lot of people like me out there, lost. They're going, who are you? I don't know. I don't know who I am. I felt so alone half the times growing up. I didn't know what to do with myself. There was times I remember going to school in the boys' bathroom and just crying because I just felt so different than everything around me. Everything. I didn't know what that was. It wasn't until much later on I would find that out. And the day that my grandfather died, that was the start of that journey. That was the start of the journey that got me to where I am today. It's taken a long time to get to this point. I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't know how to get the information out there. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna do these videos and hope it helps people. Hope it gets out there and in the public and people can see that maybe they're not alone. Maybe they've had the same experiences. I don't know. I'm trying to make a living like everybody else. I'm trying to pay my bills like everybody else. But I figure as a community, we can do this together. We can do this together. The more I make, the more everybody makes, right? My whole reality in life is let's get this information out there to people. Let's get people to help each other out. Let's build a life for and an income for ourselves. And then, once all this gets established and we start moving in a different direction, then we help others and we help others and we help others and we help others. And not only just spiritually, but economically, professionally, as a human being, because we struggle in our lives and we don't really know what direction to go to, right? I'm sure there's a lot of you out there with that same reality. I just want you to know that you're not alone. There's a lot of people out there doing that. But I'm here to tell you, as you're going to learn in subsequent videos, there's more to life than what you think. Okay? There's more to you than what you think. Okay? You're much more than you could ever possibly know. You're much more than you could ever possibly know. And you're part of something greater that's unlike anything you've ever seen before in your entire life or felt. Okay? Now I'm going to end the video at this point, and we're going to talk more about that point where my grandfather died and the journey that I took myself on and with my ex-wife at the time, okay? And kind of give you a history of what I've gotten to and how I've got to this point, okay? So with much love in my heart, with gratitude in my heart, with love and guidance to all, to the universal collective truth, to the universal energy of all things, we want to thank you, we bless you, we love you. Namaste, live in peace, and always, always be happy and always have fun. Thank you very much. John Michael Bliss, Grow, Love, and Expand. Please subscribe. If you like this video, subscribe. Click the link, and let's do this thing together, man. Let's pump the truth out. Let's help each other get through this reality we call life. Thank you all. Love and peace. Always be happy.